Hello, my friends. It's Teresa and Lola. I think she's probably going to go bye-bye here in a minute, but I wanted you to meet her. She's about a year and a half Jack Russell Terrier, and as you see, her face, she's got one black eye, and now I do too, thanks to her. Not sure if you can see it, but I caked on the makeup. I was making the bed the other day and she decided to leap onto it, and we knocked skulls pretty hard. But we both survived to tell the tale. As you know, my art show has been canceled. Pretty big bummer. I've been working for over a year on work to have in that show, and I get it. I understand why. So kind of is what it is, like a lot of things are right now. So what I thought I would do is do maybe a video every day, since everybody seems to be bored, and tell you about some of my pieces, and yeah, if you want to buy them, that's cool too. I want to thank everybody who bought pieces from me yesterday. I've got a special on my website right now. Everything is 20% off, and everything always has free shipping, so that's pretty awesome. The people who bought paintings yesterday, I actually been able to make up about half the money that I've put out on supplies and frames and all of that stuff. So it's a huge help. Was really counting on making some sales at the show, and haven't been focused on selling here over the last year as much because I wanted to accumulate a body of work for the show. But I'll sell them eventually, and I'll find other opportunities. So anyway, let's start out. I'll tell you about this little teeny tiny painting. This is from the Petrified Forest. This is one of my absolute favorite places. I really just I can't pass it up anytime I'm near there. I think it's magical, and it's funny because I think it's one of the least appreciated national parks. It's a few hours from here, and this picture I took, the photo that I painted from, I took it when I was on my way actually to New Mexico, and it was beautiful. It was in June, and everything was blooming. And one of the cool things about the desert is when things are blooming, you really notice because there's not vegetation everywhere. So there were just these beautiful blue flowers and yellow flowers, and as I walked down into the canyon there, this is taken from kind of the top of the trail at the rim. As I walked down, once you get down in between those hills, you can see all these petrified logs. So, ancient trees that are turned to stone, which always just intrigues me. Lola's gonna get down now. So this one is available on my site right now. It's 2 inches by 3 inches. With the frame, it's about 4 by 5, and it is $25 plus 20% off. Can't beat it. I forgot to turn the light on. I'm going to turn that on. Maybe you'll be able to see the art a little better. Next one was, this one is called Pollinator Paradise. It's a little larger. It's a 4 by 6, and it's actually kind of different from a lot of my paintings in that it's actually not just a painting. It is watercolor paint, but it also has watercolor pencils and charcoal used in there. And this was from a photo I took while I was out hiking at Boyce Thompson Arboretum. That's in Superior, Arizona, maybe about an hour or so east of here. Really beautiful place. And I took that photo last spring, and all this yellow and up into these mountains here was just the Palo Verde trees were blooming like crazy. That's Arizona's state tree, and it's a really interesting tree in that it even its bark is green. It's green all over, but then it blooms this beautiful blue, yellow flowers. Actually is a blue Palo Verde. There are a few different kinds, but they're all pretty much look pretty similar. They're green bark, bloom yellow. So in here you can see I'm not very good at this video thing. There are saguaro cacti, a few of them sprinkled throughout here. It was just a beautiful view, and I thought, man, that has to make all the bees very happy, all those blooming trees. So pollinator paradise. This one's $39, also on my site, and so hey, with 20% off, that's 36 bucks, free shipping. Lastly, I will show you a larger one, and this one is a little pricier, but I still wanted to share it with you because it's one of my favorites. It's these are aloes, and so this was also taken at Boyce Thompson Arboretum, where I took the photo that I did the painting from that I just showed you. And you know, here in Arizona, obviously the climate's a lot different than where I grew up in the Midwest, and the really cool thing is you get so many different types of plants that we didn't have, and for me that's really interesting. And so it's interesting that you can landscape with aloes. To me, aloe is something you grew in a pot in your kitchen and smeared on your hand when you burned it on the stove. But here, you know, there's lots of different kinds. They can be really actually quite large, and they bloom. They're actually blooming right now outside. They're really, really pretty. There's yellow ones and red ones, and aloes are also one of those things that I think is really interesting in terms of, like, I just went to Antigua and they have aloes growing there. We have aloes growing here. It rains a whole lot more in Antigua, but funny enough, look like kind of the same aloes. So I think they're a versatile plant. I think they just don't want it to be cold. But this one's just all watercolor paint. One of the things that you might find about my work is that a lot of times I work pretty dark for what people consider, what most people think a watercolor looks like. So I've had people say, like, I can't believe that's a watercolor, and I like that. That's kind of fun for me. But I like bold, dark colors and contrast, and this aloe, just the rich green, was really what drew me to it to begin with. This one's actually not behind glass. As you can see, it's on a, and it's framed. It's on a watercolor board, which is made by Crescent, and it's sealed with a UV protectant glaze, so you can frame it like this, and you don't have to have it behind glass, and you can just enjoy it without worrying about glare. So it shows really nicely here on the video too. Hope you all are well and not too bored. I think Lola's bored. You want to say bye? Oh, we're probably going to go for a walk soon. She's rotten. Won't you look at the camera? Say bye, buddy. Bye, buddy. I will link my shop below, and if you feel so inclined, I will think you're really awesome if you want to buy art. Thank you. Have a good one.